Tuesdays in 20 hours on the Nalama Insights Business Show, a program that gives you the best and most practical, actionable insights.
All right, Radio 4, it's 0716. Good morning, our dear listeners, and welcome to today's episode of Ndalama Insights, your go to radio program for financial tips and business advice. I'm sitting in for Leslie Sinyangu today. My name is Lina Zulu, and with me in the studio is our regular guest, Miss Mokwanki Mokonkela, who is a seasoned entrepreneur and financial expert. It's great to have you here, Mokonki. How are you?
Good morning, Lina. How have you been?
I'm great, thanks.
Okay, down with the cold.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, this is the second time around this year. I don't know what's
No,
happening, eh?
they're all over the place, this flu. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I feel better soon, man. At
thank
least I
you.
know the coffee is there, so it's already doing some magic.
It is. It's
Yeah.
Kasama coffee, by the way.
Oh, this is
Delicious.
bad. Loco is laka.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So on today's show, Mokonki, we'll be discussing whether it makes more sense for someone to start their own business or just invest the money instead. This is the question that many of our listeners have, especially those looking to build wealth.
Yeah.
And so let's start with the basics, Mkonki. What are some of the main factors that one should consider when they want to decide between starting a business or just investing their money?
Thank you, Lina. This is a very interesting question that a number of people have, particularly those that are nearing retirement. So they are wondering, what should I do with my retirement package? Should I start a business or should I buy bonds, for instance? So it's a very important question to consider. A few things you need to consider when you are trying to make the decision to start a business or to start to use your money for investing is one includes your age. How old are you? And do you have the energy to invest in business? One thing you need to understand is business takes a bit of time for you to actually start seeing the profits or benefit of investing in it. So you need to weigh your age, your energy, and whether you're able to reap the profitability within a certain timeline. So I know a number of people have told me, but the founder of Kentucky Chicken, KFC, right, started this business when he was old, in his old age, and he's successful. You can see KFC everywhere now, including here in Zambia. So why can't old people start businesses? And this is not to say you cannot start a business when you are older. What is important is for you to identify an opportunity that is viable, that can start making returns as quickly as possible. If you're able to find that opportunity, then that's very good for you. I can give you an example that is hot on the market right now, Lena. The solar. We're struggling with energy, right? With electricity supply. If you're able to start investing in solar systems, maybe buying and reselling solar systems or installing solar systems, as a great business idea that will get you off quickly, no matter how old you are. Right now, everybody wants to install solar systems, right? And I know of a young couple that are doing this business, and I can see how busy their office is. So it really depends on how old you are. Yes, you need to consider that, your age, but more important, your business concept. Is it something that is needed in the community or in the country right now? If it is, then that's very good. And one other thing I need to highlight, Lina, is that the risks and benefits in terms of investing and business are quite different. With business, you are carrying higher risks compared to investing. Investing carries lower risks compared to business. In business, you can actually lose all your money and end up with nothing. You might have retired with 500,000 and you invest it in a business that did nothing at all, but actually resulted in a loss or even in debt. That's how bad it is. Whereas in investing, you can actually manage or minimize your risks. So you can invest in things such as the bonds that are sure that you're going to get back your money back. You won't lose any of your money, and you get some return in terms of the coupon, or even though it might be not as much as investing in a business. So having said that, investing in business is very, very good because that is where you earn your highest return. So if you're able to take that risk, you've got the energy, you've got that entrepreneur mindset as well, Lina, because entrepreneurs have got a different mindset.
Yeah, yeah. They've got their own drive. Like, yeah. They propel themselves.
Exactly.
Or you propel yourselves.
It's so entrepreneurs, you need to have a certain mindset to be an entrepreneur. So if you're able to work on that mindset, whereby you don't wait for directions, you wake up in the morning, even though you don't know how the day is going to turn out, you still show up every day, consistency and all of that, then you can aspire to start a business.
Very good points there.
Yeah.
Really, really valid. So it's partly about self-awareness,
Yeah.
understanding your own profile.
Yes.
What about looking externally at factors like the state of the economy? Does the economy climate also, help determine if it's better to start a business or just invest instead?
Very good question, Lena. The economy does help to indicate to you what kind of business or when you should start your business. Now, when we see the economy not doing as expected or not doing very well, what we refer to as a downturn, when the economy is maybe even regressing, it's not doing very well. Some people may think this is not the right time for me to start a business, but in fact, there are entrepreneurs that have started businesses in even periods such as the pandemic, and have gone on to run very successful businesses. I just gave you an example of this energy company, solar energy company that you can start. This is the best time actually. So while everybody else is struggling, maybe you were running a salon, maybe you are a welder, and you depend on electricity, right? So you will definitely struggle if we don't have that supply, a regular supply of electricity to your salon or your barbershop or your welding business. However, if you had to switch, and this is why entrepreneurs have to be adaptable, hey? If you had to switch, perhaps start considering solar installations and anything to do with energy, that already is a market that is ready. There are a lot of people that are hungry to install solar systems. So if you're able to afford to source, affordable solar equipment, we know that there's no VAT now on solar equipment. Zambia, the government has been very good to help entrepreneurs reduce on the burden. So if you're able to tap into that market, that is how an entrepreneur thinks. There's Lena. An entrepreneur's
they're very quick. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to be adaptable. So yes, you need to consider the economic factors, inflation, the kwacha. Let me speak about the kwacha for a little bit. So if we know that the kwacha hasn't been doing very well, but then how can you look at, if you've been sourcing your materials overseas, that is where the kwacha becomes very significant. The exchange rate between kwacha and dollar or other currencies becomes extremely important if you are importing goods into the country. How can you consider sourcing locally manufactured products for your inputs? So you need to be very creative. So rather than buying that product from China or from India or from wherever you are buying it, because of the depreciating kwacha, how can you source locally manufactured products that will, avert or prevent you from exposing yourself to this exchange currency risk? So that is how you need to think about the economic indicators when it comes to running a business.
Right. Makes complete sense. Timing and external factors matter a lot, whether the economy is booming or struggling.
Yeah.
Now, for our listeners that are interested specifically in investing, what are some tips that you have that would give them that you would like to give them on how to start building an investment portfolio?
Thank you, Lena. And this really goes to everyone. I always say it doesn't matter how much money you have. What is important is to have a good plan. Last week, a few weeks ago, I shared an acronym called PATH, which I've created. It simply stands for plan, act, track, and harvest. So for those that are trying to start investing, maybe they say business might be too risky for me. How can I start investing and make a return? You can use this acronym PATH to start your investment journey. So first thing is to plan your financial resources, assess your current financial situation. The next thing is to act. Ensure you follow your plan. Start acting on your plan. Don't just create a plan and put it under your desk. Start acting on your plan. So if you said I need to invest 1,000 kwacha every month, start investing it. If you said I need to save 1,000 kwacha every month, start saving it. So that way you're acting. And then in ACT, there's also investing. Start looking at different investment options: government bonds, treasury bills, real estate, so many others that we've discussed. And the third one is to track. So track how your investments are performing, and finally harvest. That is where you now start enjoying the benefits of all the investments that you've been making. So for those that are starting out, I would really recommend that you follow this path plan. And in this path plan, you also need to open accounts for investing, brokerage accounts, CSD accounts, and a number of accounts, Lena. In fact, I must say that on radio it sounds very big, but I'm doing a workshop on the 7th of September at the Radisson Blue, where we are going to focus on investing in government securities, treasury bills, and government bonds. And on the 21st of September, we are focusing on investing in shares, because I know there's a lot that we can talk about on radio, but people have got different personal experiences. There's
questions too.
Yeah, there are some that have attempted to do these things and they've heard me on radio, tried it, and they got stuck and they can't ask questions. So this is why I need to do these training workshops regularly. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So like you keep talking about it so that we get it.
Yeah.
They say repetition is the mother of
and you are getting it, right?
Yes. Somehow, yeah. You're demystifying everything. All right. So simple investment tips for our listeners to start with. Now let's flip to discussing tips for those who have entrepreneurship in mind, the ones that are what's the word? Opportunists. Jump on the opportunity at that time and run with it. What's your advice for starting a business successfully?
It's good to be an opportunist. However, I like to add, recommend, and this, you can take it or not.
Right.
I like to say you need to work with a clear plan. Opportunities come all the time, but you also need to be able to see what kind of opportunities you are pursuing, because you may end up pursuing something that that will drain your energy, that doesn't really resonate with you as a person. I like to say whatever I do really has to resonate with me as a person. There are some opportunities that are brilliant, you make 100% profit, but then it's not just my kind of thing. So I don't know about others, but for me, it's not just about the money. It is about also enjoying the work that I do, which is why when you are venturing out into business, because that will actually sustain you in the longer term, actually, because when the opportunity disappears or when it's no longer exciting, what keeps you going is your passion for what you do. I know you love journalism, Lena. I can see how you do your thing, and anyone can tell Lena loves her work. We are able to tell who does and who doesn't.
Right. Oh, you can, huh?
Yes, we can. So, like, even for me, as I do my work as a financial expert, as a trainer, this is work that I enjoy. I can train even one person. Even if one person shows up to my training, I am going to deliver it as though I'm delivering it for 100 people. That is how I do my work, because I'm passionate about it. So for those that are aspiring to venture out into entrepreneurship, yes, some people say passion is not everything, money is what's important. For me, I actually believe passion is everything, because I think work should not be just about money. Yes, we need to survive, but you also need to enjoy what you do and add value to other people's lives. So I've spoken about solar. Imagine people are struggling with electricity. Kids are unable to read and do their assignments or homeworks. Imagine a house being lit up. You change lives. That's a meaningful business, right?
Absolutely.
That's the kind of business I would love to do.
It will give you joy. Like,
you feel so happy because
fulfilled.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the kind of work you need to be pursuing. Yes, there's an opportunity, but is it also adding value and fulfilling to others? Yes.
All right, let's just take a quick break right now. When we return, we want you to package everything in like key points. What are we taking away today from this discussion? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just take a break.
You are still listening to the Dalama Insights Business Show, brought to you by Insight Partners Africa. Leave your comment or question on Mukonki's YouTube channel. The Dalama Insights, turning your challenges into actionable insights.
Yeah, so today we're learning that every gray cloud has a silver lining, even when it comes to money. So it might look really down, like, no, the economy is not good. Yeah, no, there's no power, but there's always something that we can do and grow our money. So we have Mukonki Mukonkela here, and she is our resident advisor when it comes to money on Dalama Insights. Let's summarize what we've talked about today regarding starting a business versus investing. What would you say are the main takeaways today?
So thank you, Lena. So the main takeaways for me is you're asking yourself, should I start a business? Should I invest? It's really up to you. The decision comes back to you. If you've got an entrepreneurial mindset, you've got the energy, you've got a good business idea that you know is going to make a profit, definitely do that business. I would definitely advise you to do that. However, if it's the opposite, you don't have so much energy, you are not sure, you're not certain about your business model, you cannot lose the money because business comes with risk. You can't lose money that you have. Consider starting to invest, because investing is less riskier than starting a business. So these are the words that I would like to end with. But I would definitely encourage everybody to pursue their passions. If you're passionate about business, hey, jump on it. You never know where it's going to take you. If you want to start investing, definitely give it a try. You will never know until you try. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yesterday, I was with this, she's a friend of mine, and yesterday she bumped into one girl that was once working in one of her shops, Udala, and then she goes into this spa and finds this girl like, what? You've set this up? Like, I'm not shocked. I'm really happy because this is growth. And then now they start going through the escapades that they went through when they were in business. What you're saying is very true. Like when you're in business, you lose people's wedding dresses, and then everyone is breathing hot air on you because you can't find their stuff and you have to give the money back. But tell you what, she's still doing it.
Yeah.
She's gone on and she started business again, like from scratch.
Yes.
She lost a lot of money,
yes,
but she's still in it.
You see, and that's how you tell an entrepreneur from those that are just opportunists. Entrepreneurs never give up.
Wow.
They never give up. They will fall, but they'll always rise up. Yeah.
All right, I'm always learning things from Mukonki. I hope we all are. That was a fantastic, incredibly helpful, episode today that we had. Thank you so much for joining us again here and sharing your wisdom on business and investing.
Thank you, Lida. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Likewise. All right, so our dear listeners, this wraps up today's show on whether starting a business or investing offers the better path to prosperity. I hope you found our conversation very insightful today. Be sure to tune in next week for another interesting episode. Until then, remember to dream big, take steps every day to build the wealth and life that you desire. My name is Lina Zulu on behalf of my guest, Mukonki Mukonkela from Inside Partners Africa. Until next week, it's goodbye and God bless.
You have been listening